Welcome to Warblog. Today I'm going to play this sort of more in earnest. Just as a quick reference, we've got the Suez sector sort of underway for anyone who watched the previous video. But I'm just going to play this, and I don't know when I'm going to play it, but I'm not going to sort of talk endlessly like in the other one. This is a follow-on from this, the more sort of general introduction where we talked about crossing these in these particular places. Just to sort of catch up, talked about crossing here, and attacking into there as a primary sort of route, and essentially crossing here. Last time I sort of crossed like that, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do this time. I think I'm going to do the same thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus all my artillery on these two hexes. Let's just check out where these engineers can get to. Okay, so we can build a bridge there or there. You can do something there. I'm going to bring her across this way. I'll leave those. So what I'm going to do in the first instance is I'm going to plough a lot of artillery. Well, before I do that, let's put at least 6 items. That might be worth bombing. Right. 2D. Last time we destroyed the artillery, but we're not having as much luck this time. (2J). Okay, well, we at least started on that artillery piece. And this guy, who is 2P. Okay, so 3.6, 4.5. We committed more artillery and got pretty much the same result. We put 6 air power on it. It was imported. Okay, so we've sort of got what we got last time, with one more airstrike on that unit. 0.6. Okay, now down here, the rest of the artillery is going to go in on this stack, mainly because it's quite a lot in there. I think we should be able to reach it with everything. Oh, so 5.7, 6.4, so we might get a morale check on the artillery. Nope. Okay, and the rest of the air power. I'm only choosing this one because it just has a much larger stack. So we've routed the artillery. What I should have done actually, the other unit has failed. .8. Let's go for it. No effect. What I was thinking, I could have done the artillery and the air power against these tanks more in the open. That might have been better. Okay, so we've still got some anti-tank going on. But let's move the engineers into place. Okay, so that's our infantry ready to go over. Let's see what we can do with this. Yeah, might as well. .8. And what I'm actually going to do here is put some firepower against this artillery. Two. 3.4. 4.8. 5.6. Could route it. 7.6. Nothing. Okay. I'm going to leave the units more distributed so that the Egyptians can't concentrate their artillery on them. The same with the infantry. Now we've got a lot more anti-tank here, but I'm going to leave that. No, I'm not. Let's just get it into the fray. Okay. So that's everything. Sort of moved and adjusted and distributed. So the end of the Egyptian turn. Now the Israeli player, what are they going to do? Well, they can anticipate that there's going to be some sort of, well, some kind of breach there. So they have to reinforce this line. And down here there could possibly be a breach there, so they have to reinforce this line. Okay, so tanks. Let's put this in reinforcement there. Here, we sort of still need tanks, don't we? But we don't have enough to play with, really. Although we've got more here, look. Okay, so we've got to get something into there. Not enough movement. That's not good. So it's a tactical blunder already. Something in reserve. Okay, so artillery. Well, I'm in there. Some. 0.1 and no effect. Okay. We can do some counter battery fire at least. No effect on the engineers. Oh, so 2 damage in total against this second unit, which puts them up to 2.3. But that's about it. There is virtually nothing else that can be done. Okay. So the Egyptian crossing. Okay, well what we can do is play this a little smarter, because that's a weak hex. They didn't think of that, did they? I didn't think of that. But beforehand, let's just do whatever we can artillery wise against it, although we won't be able to do much. Okay, so we got rid of that tired unit. .9 damage. 0.26. .16. 8. Bring them up to 10.5. Okay. Well, let's build the bridge. So, southeast hex there. And here, exactly the same thing. Okay. Now this was a mistake on part of the Israelis. although I could have been a little more prepared for that by not using all my artillery up. But we've got anti-tank, and air power obviously, but I'll do that against that. That's what we want. 0.7, 0.6, 0, 0, 0.1, 1. So fairly lackluster effort, but getting there with a lot of air power to boot. A lot of air defense. Three. Aborted. Effect. 0.1. What's the other? 5.4. So you've got a 4% chance of routing. 5% chance. Well, he's probably not going to rout. He's got a 10% chance of routing. Wow, well that was disappointing because we could have got there across that there. Well, he's at 6. So if we push over with 2 of these, this is a gamble. And an exchange. Minefield. 0.8 damage. Point 1. Point 1. So we've crossed the Suez. Let's cross here as well. Oh, 1.6. 0.3. Taking a bit of a pounding there. Okay. Can we get any mechanized in there? Okay, so we're up to quota there. Down here. Okay, where can we get these engineers? Going to remove one of these guys, so we should get extended beachheads down here. Okay. So we've still got some anti-tank somewhere. Probably that's out of reach of that unit. Okay, let's plough our anti-tank onto that. .35 routed. Okay, well, whatever we've got here, to this armour. Okay, so we've got one more chance at this river crossing. It's not good odds. Exchange. Okay, so we've sort of opened that gap up. We don't have anything to move in there, and we've sort of failed at our taking the first beachhead there. But we've managed to create a beachhead, managed to get across the Suez. Okay, let's see what the Israelis can do now. Well, obviously things are a bit tricky here. So we've got some reinforcements. And let's put the air defense in anyway. Let's commit this air defense a bit more in this direction, and this one a bit more in this direction. Now here we need to at least put one in there. Okay, so we really want to maybe target. Now we've got a lot of armour actually. This is interesting. Artillery. Putting it down to 3.3, 3.6, 2.7, 0.6. So let's say a quarter down. So that's 714, 28, 29 versus. We've got some more artillery there. Oh, 6.1. So they're both at least half. So that's 7. Say 12, 16, and then we've got 24, 36, 48. So we should have about 3 or 4 to 1. Probably the only good assault we're going to get. One to 1. I wonder why it was that bad. I think because what I didn't recognise is that he no depressions, no depressions, no depressions, no depressions. It's right there. Well, they're attacking into defences, so that affects things, but even so, I would have expected them to be more than that. That was a terrible. One to one, attack or retreat. Well, they're not going to live that down. They're going to try the same thing again. Oh, look at that, they destroyed that unit. And that's about all they can do. Oh, I could have have done something. I would have shuffled some more units around, and this is where we get all our power units. So in the first instance, we're going to move into there and there. This is interesting because I don't know what to do. We should be able to take this artillery out, but we really want to go for this stack of armour here, if we can. I could have reinforced that somehow. Seem to have made a few Israeli mistakes. I think I'm going to commit my artillery onto that there and here. Probably want to pile as much artillery as we can onto this. Yeah, that's probably the priority. Because we want to walk in there. .9. It's hopeful. We're out of the air defence unit. But he's still in there at depression 10, which means he's worthless. So, should be able to do that with one unit. Three to 1 and a DR. Now, do we want to go for one of these stacks? Okay, I think I'm going to come back to that, sort of thinking wise. So I really want to sort of try and do something here, possibly breaking these two units. I've got this artillery unit here, which isn't worth much at all. See what I can, well, let's get these engineers building. Let's build there and there. So there. and there. So move things into this minefield. Okay, anti-tank into there. Or do we? It's complex. So what we've got in there, 1 tank and 2 infantry. Got even more in there. Well, he's going to rout. He's not doing so well. That infantry unit is okay, and he's okay. So let's pile in against. Well, before we go any further, let's move these guys across. Okay. Yeah, we want to be doing the same sort of thing, really. Come back to that. Got some options here. I think I'm going to go for that. Whatever artillery I've got. Okay. And let's try some anti-tank. 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, 0.5, 5 minutes already. Let's trying to get some sort of impressive action going on here, but okay, so air power. Still think we want to commit something over here. Let's do that against. Let's use the air power against this stack. Oh, he's lost an aircraft. And another one. Two aircraft shot down. That won't look good in the newspapers. And they're not actually aircraft, they're sort of squadrons, aren't they? Right, well, we've got that one at last. What's he on? 2.25. It's hardly worth writing home about. 2.5. So we've got rid of that other one. 0.4, putting him up to 3.7. Is it going to be worth attacking there? I definitely want to attack into that, but I also want to attack that. Might be worth committing against this artillery, this armour. We've got two mechanised units possibly against this armoured unit. But we are across the river there, but they're all static. So I'm not going to do that attack. Well, I've got to keep that hex, so let's move one. Let's move these units like that, so he can use everything against this artillery unit. It's going to be wipeout. But we can move into it, but we don't have any movement. Okay, that was stupid. Got plenty of movement with him, so if we do that, and eliminated him, which is good. Move him into there. Do we really want to attack this fairly fresh armoured unit with just infantry, because they're only about half, about 14, so that'd be a 1-to-1. I don't think so. Better off just holding there. And over here, got just 10 minutes left. See what the anti-tank can do. 3.3. Oh. This is dangerous movement. Moving around the minefield. I don't really want to be doing too much of this, but I think it's going to be worthwhile in the medium term committing all this stuff into the minefield. What we really need is to clear the mines. Okay. Fight any of that. Now where to put all these units? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think what we're going to do is put 2 lots of 7 into some kind of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. Got hit. Look at that. Depression 3. There's a lot more anti-air down here. He was okay. We've only got 5 minutes left. These are low-flying helicopters. So we've lost a few helicopters there. So he got hit. 3. It's pretty hairy coming in there. 2. Taking some hefty hits down here. Should have maybe thought about taking out these anti-air defense positions first. Okay, well that's that. It's only 3 minutes left, so I can't do any more, and I have to cut it short so I can get it to upload. Let's just end the turn so we can get the colour sort of scheme right. So we've made a breakthrough there. Well, made a breakthrough here. And here. Now I'm pretty happy with the way that looks, you know. It sort of, it feels like a game. Feels like sort of doing something. We've got these Sagen units up here blocking the advance of the reinforcements, which I assume come along these roads. To be honest, I think it might come along this road, but who knows. Anyway, that's that. It's pretty exciting. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm not going to do any more on it. I just wanted to have a game where I wasn't just talking, I was just doing it. So I'll speak to you later. Cheerio.